The war on illegal mining rages on. Suspected illegal mining kingpins appeared briefly in the Carletonville Magistrate's Court today for a formal bail application. This comes after a major bust by the Hawks Police and Home Affairs during a joint operation yesterday. The matter has since been postponed to the 19th of October. My colleague, the senior reporter Siphamandla Goge, has been following these developments. Let's get the latest now from him this afternoon. Good afternoon, Ncome. Thank you for your time here on Today. I understand the suspects will remain behind bars for now. And when can we expect the next case, and what happened in court today?
So the proceedings were very brief in court today. The 6 accused persons walked in. Their defense lawyer wanted to push hard to apply for an urgent bail application hearing, but of course the state and the magistrate did not agree to that. The state saying more investigations are needed. And one of the major talking points and the arguments inside court was the issue of the status of the citizenship of those who have been arrested. You know, their defense lawyer told the court that all 6 of his clients are South African citizens. On the other hand, the prosecutor said, hang on, that's not the case. Only 2 of them have been confirmed by the Department of Home Affairs and the state to be the citizens of this country. The rest, which means the 4, are not South African citizens. And that's the point that the prosecutor was pushing hard for, to say, based on that and this confusion about the status and the citizenship of some of the accused persons, let this matter be postponed. Let's have a formal bail application hearing. This will be confirmed during that time, and the matter has been postponed to the 19th of October. It's been set down from the 19th, 20th and 21st of October 2022 for a formal bail application hearing. Basically in court today, what transpired was the accused were present, 6 of them. Earlier on there was some confusion about the 7th, or rather the accused person number 7, because initially the Hawks had said that they arrested 7 people in total, but today only 6 appeared in court. The Hawks clarified that, well, there was an error. 1 accused person was processed twice, he was counted twice, so therefore in total only 6 accused persons appeared in court. In terms of this matter, they are facing charges ranging from fraud, money laundering, possession of drugs, ammunition, and also they are accused of defeating or violating the Precious Metals Act, and also they face charges related to immigration, as the state alleges that some of them may be or could be in the country illegally. But when we come back here on the 19th of October, the status of their citizenship would have been ventilated and confirmed.
And meanwhile, they remain in custody. I mean, the case of illegal mining, the cases of illegal mining, Siphamandla, in the country really came under more of the spotlight after the Krugersdorp, that the horrific gang rape in Krugersdorp, and we saw the reaction. In court today, from what you saw, these are the alleged kingpins, so the people who are sort of in charge, not the zamazamas themselves who go underground. What's your sense of when you saw them? I mean, are these guys, they look like the part of being kingpins?
Hey, difficult to tell. Many people, that was one of the talking points really within the corridors of the court, within the passages of this court building behind me. Many people are not convinced that these could be the kingpins. And one person who works with the state in this matter asked me in person to say, do you think these are the kingpins? Why are you media people? Why are you here? I said, because this is in the public interest. The state alleges that these are kingpins, so therefore we are here to report on this case. And that person said to me, well, I don't think that these are the kingpins. Do they look like they are kingpins to you? I said, I don't know. That's for the court to prove, and the investigating team is convinced that they've got the right people. Later on, I asked the spokesperson of the Hawks, and that is Colonel Lukatle Mohale, to say, are you convinced that these are the right people that you have arrested? Are these the kingpins? She said to me, yes, we are confident that these are the kingpins. We have arrested the right people. We are of the view that we have a watertight case. So The Hawks are convinced that these are the kingpins. Some people who were in court, including those who packed the public gallery, they were not necessarily convinced. But these things are difficult to judge at face value. You need to see the evidence being presented. Of course, the way they were arrested, that operation, the way it was conducted. Hawks are of the view that they've got the right guys here, but most of the people who were in court are not necessarily convinced, including some people who work for the state, by the way, who tell you that, well, we are not convinced, but this is what has been brought to us. We have to deal with it and see the evidence that will be presented in court moving forward. But also, let me say that it was very strange that you would bring the accused persons to court and you still have some confusion regarding the issue of verifying the citizenship. That's a simple thing to do, because when they were arrested, representatives from Home Affairs were on site. They were there when they were arrested. I don't think it will be that difficult to prove the status of the citizenship, to say Mr. So-and-so is a South African citizen or not. The fact that you've got this back and forth whereby the defense is saying confidently so that all my clients are South African citizens, and the prosecutor says, well, that's not the case. Only 2 of your clients are South African citizens. The rest are foreign nationals. But of course, all of that will need to go back now. You will need to come back with the documentation and proof from Home Affairs to say all these accused persons are South Africans, or only 2 of them are South Africans, the 4 are not South Africans. So it's going to be an interesting case moving forward, taking into account how the issue of the Zamazamas, illegal mining, has been happening over, the past few months. We have been reading, we have been watching in the news what has been happening, police conducting those raids and operations, community members who live nearby complaining that they are being terrorized by the Zamazamas. They allege that some of them are not even South Africans, they are foreign nationals. So it's been building up, and people have been saying, we see the Zamazamas, people who go under. We want the real kingpins, people who coordinate everything, people who fund this exercise, and people who are beneficiaries of these illegal mining or this illegal mining. So the state is of the view that the 6 that is before the court forms part of the so-called kingpins. We'll have to wait and see the evidence that will be presented in court.
Yes, and they'll be back in court for a formal bail application on the 19th of October. Meanwhile, they remain in custody. Thank you very much to our senior reporter, Siphamandla Goge, on the ground in Carletonville.